ما أريد من هذا الشعب إلا أن يزيد في الحمد والشكر إلى الله عز وجل، ويزيد من محبة الوطن، ويزيد من العمل ومضاعفة العمل لما يسعى فيه من خير له وللدولة والأهل. هذا اللي أنا أدوره من الشعب، وربنا إن شاء الله يوفقنا جميعا على ما يحب ويرضى.
تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوث وراها داروا على الدانات.
I thank you, the leadership, for the opportunity that we've been given. And since I've been born and brought up in Dubai, I've seen the city grow. I've seen from where it started till where it's come now, and it's been magnificent. I truly thank the leadership for giving us this opportunity. Wherever we are today is because of this place.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Peers of Union, where every conversation uncovers a new peers of insights, leadership and success from the heart of the UAE. And today we meet two people who will change the way you look at every room you walk in. Because lightning isn't just about brightness, it's about mood, identity and the differences between a space that feels ordinary and one that would stays with you. So today we are here in Nakashi. Dubai's leading full-service lighting consultancy has been established since 2011. So let's welcome with me the two people who has built this Nakashi together. So first we're gonna welcome Mr. Ajay Awtaney, the founder and the creative force behind Nakashi's lighting design, and Ms. Kumal Awtaney, the co-founder and the business mind driving Nakashi strategic partnership. Ms. Kamal and Mr. Ajay, welcome to Peers of Union.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much for joining us today at Peers of Union. Ms. Kumal, if you could please start the episode by introducing yourself in a personal and professional level, please.
Absolutely. I'm Komal Awtaney. I'm the co-founder of Nakashi. To be honest, Nakashi is his baby, and I felt that it was the right thing to support because I felt there's a lot of possibilities for lighting, and we realized why it should come into play and how it would help. That's why I joined him. I'm originally from India, south of India, Chennai. I'm born and brought up there. I'm a North Indian, but my dad moved to the south, so that's how we lived there. And I got married to Ajay and came to Dubai in 2005. So it's 21 years here now, and trust me, it just feels like home. So I do come from a business background. I've studied BCom, I've done masters in business, because for all of us, we see our dads doing business and we think that's the way forward. So we always knew that I would have my own business. But which field is really surprising, because I did fashion and here I am doing lighting. But I think
It's a different two field.
Absolutely.
It's an opposite one.
God has his way of making you be where you're meant to be.
Yes.
So initially, in fact, when I joined, I thought that, how would I make way through all of lux levels and lighting and everything? But trust me, I love it. Now I eat, breathe and sleep Nakashi.
By seeing the lightning.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Before we get into more details with Nakashi, I would like Mr. Ajay to tell me more about yourself.
Yes, my name is Ajay Awtaney. I am born and raised in Dubai. My father came to Dubai in the year 1975 and has been here since. So I too belong to the business background, and lighting happened due to curiosity. So we were moving houses, and we were moving into a new villa. At that point in time, we had hired an interior designer to do up the house. So while she was looking after the house and designing the space, she was a little confused about lighting. And I stepped in because I have a fond affinity towards the gadgets and technical side.
So, but you didn't have any experience with lightning?
I did not. I
Okay.
did not. So just because I took up the lighting side and I saw there was a huge gap, and LED was a new technology at that point in time, 2010 to be precise. At that point in time, obviously, whatever research I did, somehow I managed to get some lights for my house, and I saw how difficult it was. And coincidentally, a few months down the line, I happened to get introduced to certain factories and understood that how it's made and how the quality can be increased by a very, very high level. So that is where I thought of getting this introduced to Dubai and to build projects and aim to achieve the best for each project.
So I would say that was the vision of your company. So imagine I'm a client and then I came to your company. What makes your company like special and unique in the market as well? And what even are the services like you provide?
So at Nakashi, we're lighting consultants. To be honest, we started off as lighting suppliers. For lots of years, we did supply of very high quality lights because we felt that that's missing in Dubai. There are high quality lights, but then the prices were exorbitant. So that's how it started, from a personal need, as he told you, when we were looking for lights. We felt we want really good quality, but at a price which everyone can afford and have good lighting at home. So it just started off with that. And down the line, we realized that just having good products wasn't enough. When the project would get over, we both would go for site visits just to see how it's turned out. And we would feel that it's not doing the thing, like there's something missing. It really happens. Like as a client, when they enter, we first ask them that when you enter a place, do you feel really tired on a well-rested day? Or do you feel something's off? Why do I feel like I'm getting a migraine? Little do we realize that it's all to do with the lighting. That's when we realize that lighting design or consultation is really important, because it's not just about buying good fixtures and putting them up. There's a lot that goes into it. You're checking the wattage, the lux levels. So I don't want to get very technical, but the basic idea here is to be able to give you an ambience which feels relaxed. When you enter your home after a day or tired, you don't want to feel like you entered a showroom.
Yeah, exactly. Especially at homes, I think most people use yellow colors, like yellow lightning. And personally for me as well, I would never use white.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
White gives you, so we as
Like a
consultants-
workspace.
Yeah, workspace, hospitals, you see those are white where you need to be alert. At home it needs to be warm white, it needs to be relaxed. So all of this is what we do. In a nutshell, if you want us to say, we just make each space feel comfortable and beautiful.
Yes. And you do even the fit outs and everything from A to Z when it comes to lighting.
Not the fit out, we basically look into the lighting design and the supplier of it, and beyond what, furthermore, as per what Komal mentioned, the reason why we got into lighting design is also because of the value structure of the company. So a lighting supplier would be having his revenue by selling more lights, whereas we always wanted the project to come out very well. So hence we got into lighting design so that we can support the client to achieve the best and then look into the supply side to finish up the project.
And how was the competition at the time as well?
The competition initially was not fierce because the LED being a new technology, people did not understand the difference. That is where we came in and we were able to grab the market initially with the knowledge that we had. But over the period of time, people started misleading the customers with wrong technical details. So it actually did become very difficult. But when it comes to lighting design, we are able to explain what we want to express. And that creativity which comes up and is displayed is where the wow effect comes up for every project. And that is where the client really realizes and understands our work and what we do.
What in terms of customers? Because I would say most of people, like as you mentioned, like there was like prices are higher or like even lower as well. And maybe some people will tell you, oh, maybe I will get like to a lower supplier with prices. So how did you get over this? Especially like when you mentioned that it's a consultancy. So you know what you are doing. You're an expertise in this. So how did you overcome that?
So Hiba, I think that's always a battle. In a business, there's always going to be a continuous battle of clients coming to you, comparing you. But the thing that has done it for us, or which has given us a lot of clarity, is we choose who's our client and who's not. Because I think not everyone understands what lighting design is or how important it is. But trust me, there are people who've just walked in saying, oh, we're not looking for consultation, we want only supply. This is our BOQ and you give us these lights. When they sit down and they even have a conversation for 10 minutes and they understand why the design aspect is important, trust me, 90% of the clients walk out saying that we need consultation first, supply we will think of later. Because little do people know that we just completed a villa, in fact, where they came to us saying we only need the supply of 250 lights. It was a nice, big sized villa. So 250 spotlights they needed. And we spoke of consultation and they said, no, we don't want consultation. We know our interior designer.
They knew what they wanted at the beginning.
Yeah. Our interior designer has placed the lights and that's how we want to go ahead with it. We said, okay, come to the experience center. So when they came to the experience center and they saw, in the experience center, we take them through the different ambiances the lights can create, the different types of lights that we have, and the use case, where it should be used. When he saw that, he was actually flattered and he said, okay, I'll take the consultation, but what's the added advantage? The biggest added advantage he realized at the end of the project when we gave him the files is the 250 spotlights became 105 spotlights. So what we don't realize is that the lighting...
How come it reduced that much? Because it's such more than the half.
That's because as a layman, even if I had to just sit and plot lights, I would plot according to my knowledge very close to each other, how many would be needed for the space. When the lighting design is done, when it actually goes through a lot of softwares our design team puts it in to calculate the lux level, like how much of lux is required in the space and how much of light is each product emitting. When all the calculations are done, you realize that so much of light is not even required. It becomes an overkill. That's why when we enter some spaces, we feel it's too bright.
Right.
Some living rooms look like showrooms.
I would say maybe as of your job, like when you go to a lobby, a hotel lobby, a hospital or wherever, or someone's house, your brain starts braining about the lighting. You see what's wrong, what's right and stuff like that.
Don't even ask. I can't tell you how date nights between us just end up discussing the lighting of the place. So before I book a restaurant, I need to see if the lighting's okay.
Really?
I'm getting a headache, the place is not right. So yeah.
But how is your life outside of work? Especially that both of you are partners, so you work together. How do you get out of your business mind and then you enjoy your time without the job stress?
Sorry, but we get this question a lot. In fact, I have a lot of people walking in and asking, don't you fight? How can husband and wife be in the same business? And don't you take it home?
Especially, I would say women prefers low lights and men's high lights as well.
So you won't believe it's the opposite.
It's the opposite?
Yeah. So before I joined lighting, I never understood why he always liked sitting in the dark in the room also, just with one bedside lamp. And I was like, why do you not like light? But I do understand now that even I've become like that. I think one of us changed. But when it comes to business, I'll tell you how it really worked for us being together. So Ajay is the very, very technical brain, the perfectionist who wants everything in place. And I love people. I love talking to people. I love communication. So we both bring our own skills into the business, and that has worked for Nakashi. I think we both have very different character, a very, very different kind of a nature and skills. So that's worked for us.
Yes.
And if you ask me, do we take it home? To be honest, yes. Many times we realize that we're out on a nice long drive to chat about life and kids and love, and it ends up
enlightening.
And then we just stop ourselves and restart.
So from your experience and your perspective, where do you see people get the misconception about lighting?
You want to take?
Or maybe about your industry as well?
So the one thing I have realized is there is a lot of importance slowly building up on lighting, but people really consider it as the last element in their house. There are times when, they come up to us and say that, okay, we need the lights in a week. And we really have been going out and telling that lighting can make or break an ambience. To be honest, you can have the most expensive Italian marble, you can have a gorgeous table, but unless the lighting is not appropriate, it's not highlighting the space, it's not going to help at all. So the only one thing we feel is that lighting has to be considered at concept stage. That's where consultants come in. That's how the ceiling is made. Everything should be built according to where your lighting is coming. The one misconception people have is, oh, it's just lighting. You need to pick it up and put it, so we'll do it in the end.
And the most important thing, which they do not realize, is lighting is one element in the interior that touches everything.
Which shows like the real house design when you put the lightning. It's like I would agree. When it comes to the house, some people like go with the north or the south, depends on the sun lightening. So it's the same, actually. Yeah. So tell me about one of the proudest moment when you did a project and you think this is how much you're proud of yourself, or this is the biggest project that you ever did.
So there were a couple of times where we had this proud moment, and this was especially when we did not approach the client. We had done some project, word of mouth, those clients going to the others and approaching and rather telling them about Nakashi, telling about us, asking to test. We've had those moments wherein these clients approached us, wanted to test the products, and then they realized that the value engineering was fantastic, something which was unmatched the market, and that is how we won projects such as Dior Cosmetics, MAC Cosmetics, IMG World Theme Park. They were all word of mouth. We did not approach them.
That's very nice. So I would say all your clients, they always come back.
Absolutely.
Yes.
In fact, there's a very famous hospital, I don't know if Ajay wants to name it. Sometimes
Mafraq Hospital.
Yeah, so for them also they needed lights they were getting a lot of lights with a 5-year warranty, but hospitals have to be on 24/7.
Yes.
So they wanted something that can be supported 24/7, and that's when they came to Nakashi and we helped them out. Even we did Tumbe hospitals now. After 10 years, they've got in touch again saying that, over the 10 years, we've seen a lot of lighting suppliers, but there's no one like you. So we've come back to you and we did another project with them.
I would say like having Nakashi, I would say it's it happened by an accident.
Yeah.
But now after like 25, 26 years you've been going through, I think you'll really make it at the end.
Yeah, initially, honestly, it was just a passion project. He said, Dad, I don't like, I'm not getting interested in textiles and I feel like doing lighting. He said, okay, fine, do what you like. So it just started.
You never felt regretted after leaving the fashion, especially it's like a more creative industry?
To be honest, no, you won't realize, but over the years, I don't know how I've fallen so much in love with this that I don't go back and think it all. Really.
I would say the success always comes with obstacles and challenges. Tell me about the challenges that you were facing.
So for me, if I have to think about it, our lights come directly from the plant here. So initially it was very difficult to convince people that it's of a very high quality, but we just bypass those obstacles so easily because of the product quality. So for example, Dior in International Airport, we had done it through the consultant had given the sample and it was placed against a German and Italian brand. We won the project and the next morning they came to us for the certificate of origin. Obviously, it's not we don't have a certificate which would say made in Europe. We're very transparent that, wherever it's assembled, we bring it straight down to the UAE. It's a brand in UAE. So, and they asked us, where's the factory? We said it's in China. They said, no, these Chinese products are not allowed inside the airport. And we said, okay, we've been in Dubai. We know Dubai really supports high quality. So we said, it's fine. The product has got selected. You can take it or leave it. And you won't believe we got an exception certificate to be the only brand to be able to supply in the airport for the next 5 years, though we were a brand made in China because they loved the quality. So that initially was an obstacle, but now I think that's not the case. People have understood that our iPhones are made in China. Yeah. So the raw materials come from all over the world. It's assembled there. Because we bring it directly to Dubai, the client gets the benefit. You save a lot on shipping it through.
Wow, this is a very inspiring story, by the way. When was this? Back in which year?
This was, which year was this when we did Dior?
Not remember, maybe around 2015
15.
or maybe.
Okay, so you were still at the beginning, let's say.
Yes.
Yes.
Another challenge we were given was with MAC Cosmetics. They told us that the lighting colors have to match their famous selling lipstick shades.
Really?
Yeah.
How
and
come?
That was a challenge. They wanted, we'll in fact share images. It's beautiful. They wanted this thing that all the lipstick colors should be in our lights.
So they were like in a display, let's say each lipstick alone.
They were like vertical lines, and this was the outer side of the stall, and all the colors over there of the light colors were matching the lipstick shades.
Oh my God. How long did it take you to find the perfect shade?
Yeah, we cracked it, I think.
Yeah,
and
we
and how
did.
long did you crack the
It took
project?
about 7 days.
Okay.
Yeah, and the best part was after we cracked that project, we got 5 more Macs around the world. We did Mac Germany, Mac Bahrain, Mac Maldives. So this is one thing that you said about that when your client is happy with one project, most often for Nakashi, it's just been returning clients and word of mouth.
Yes, yes. If you could describe Nakashi in 3 words.
Do you want to take it?
You did.
In a few words, I think what the values, our values go far beyond sales and numbers. Nakashi is a lighting consultancy which works with interior designers, architects and homeowners to make their ambience dreams come true. We want to make sure that every place just feels beautiful.
Yes.
Sometimes you enter a villa where a lot of amount has been spent on making it. You feel it looks expensive, but why doesn't it feel good? So it's the feel good factor which we want to bring in with our lighting.
Yes. And because both of you came from different, I would say, professional backgrounds. So what do you think they were the most important skills you adopted throughout your pathway? And then because of these skills, you managed to build Nakashi.
I've not been good at physics in school, and my teacher will be really surprised to know what my profession is today. So with lighting, I happened to learn a lot, and that actually gave me a lot of technical knowledge. So much so that I could converse with anyone of any level in lighting at that point in time, initially as well. So this has developed a lot personally. At the same time, while taking this company forward, I had people working with me, so whether it's the people in my team or with the clients, discussing with them and taking things forward, all these skills were obviously developed.
Yes, and then you got first to love physics afterwards. Yeah. And for you?
So this is like a little secret. Nobody knows that Ajay hasn't studied lighting, but you won't believe we have the best lighting design team. We have highly educated, skilled lighting designers. But every client would come in and then say, those who know him would say, okay, all this is fine. We want to see what Ajay has to say about it. So despite it going through all professionals, we all also in the office, even the team resorts to his knowledge of lighting, which is just self-learned. He really hasn't learned anything.
And what about you personally?
For me, personally, I have been a person who likes communication. So to be honest with you, very late we realized that my position in the company is that of a business developer because I didn't realize that, I was doing that. In the background, I was talking to people about Nakashi, I was sharing our dream, and that's how people got to know more about it. But over the years, I realized that listening is very important. Listening is a very important skill. I've learned to communicate. I've learned to, be more social. I've learned how you have to, I think attending networking events, breaking through, getting more confident, talking to people, all of that I've learned. But I've realized that listening is very important in a business.
Yeah.
You listen to your client, you listen to your peers, and there's a lot you learn when you're ready to listen to people.
Yes.
So I think that's one of the skills that has developed.
Where do you see the future plans for Nakashi?
So I just feel it's onwards and upwards from here. We want to make every home beautiful. We want to touch every great hospitality project. Right now we've signed an NDA, so I can't disclose the name, but we've done 1 luxury fine dine restaurant and now we're doing 4 with the same architect.
Oh, mashallah.
So we just want to make Dubai anyways gorgeous.
Yeah.
We hope we can be a little part of making it more beautiful. We want to be a part of all the fabulous projects here. And
So I would say, what's your dream project of like designing the lighting for?
We have a dream project. We're
Dream project.
honestly living the dream.
Yeah, actually.
To be
yeah,
frank
actually,
with
to
you,
be
we
honest,
never thought that we would come even this far. So each day is like living a dream. And definitely the more we can do, the happier we would be.
Yes, inshallah, with many more success.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And if you could deliver a message to the young generation who they would like to proceed into the same pathway, what would you tell them?
Yes, I would say that for anyone who would want to pursue lighting, it's a fabulous field. It's really building up, and there's a lot of weightage, a lot of importance given to lighting right now. Every architect, every interior designer highly appreciates the skill and the value we bring into a project as lighting designers and consultants. So it's a great field to look at. I think you should not have any apprehensions about it. First, a little bit of definitely learning, a little bit of experience on site, and then you can take it forward.
Yes.
Is there anything you would want to add to it, Ajay? I think Ajay is the biggest example for the younger generation to know that even if you don't come from that background, you break the barriers and you can make your dreams come true.
Yes. Thank you so much. And now if you could deliver a thank you message to the UAE leaderships for making UAE home for everyone and for giving such an opportunities to succeed.
I thank you, the leadership, for the opportunity that we've been given. And since I've been born and brought up in Dubai, I've seen the city grow. I've seen from where it started till where it's come now. And it's been magnificent. I truly thank the leadership for giving us this opportunity. Wherever we are today is because of this place.
Mr. Ajay and Ms. Kumar, thank you so much for joining us today at Peers of Union and for this insightful conversation we had today.
Thank you. Thank you for
so
this
much.
beautiful opportunity. We highly appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And to everyone watching us, as we came to the end of today's episode, we hope these conversations left you with valuable insights, fresh perspectives, and perhaps a new Peers of inspiration. Thank you for joining us today on Peers of Union. I'm Hiba Abu Hamida and I look forward to seeing you next week on Sama Al Ain TV. Until then, take care and goodbye.